Hello everybody, HeroGamezFTW here, bringing you something new. That's right guys, I've never done this before. This is actually not for Minecraft, this is for the Marvel Strike Force mobile game. That's right. So this is actually a game that I play a lot, especially in my free time, because it's one of those games that you could just play on the go and stuff like that. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this, because I'm very excited for this video. I've made these a long time ago, but basically these are kind of like my suitability suggestions videos, but except for the new character in Marvel Strike Force. So at the moment in Marvel Strike Force, there is the symbiote team. There is symbiote Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage, and that's basically all of the symbiotes. But in this video, I'm going to be doing my suggestions on 2 new characters for the symbiote team. One of them being a legendary character and the other being really good, which is, well, he's not legendary, but he could get there, you know, especially on the symbiote team. I think these are 2 characters pretty much famously known for their Spider-Verse appearance. So first off being Anti-Venom and Knull. So these guys are the ones I'm going to be going over. So without further ado, let's start. And I'm also going to explain why. Though there is something that came out recently, which is Agent Venom. Now, Agent Venom, in my opinion, is more like a Spider-Verse team member. I'm trying to do Spider-Verse right now, but first I'm focusing on these guys. Though, what is another thing is, there's also like this Agent Anti-Venom, so maybe this could work as well if they decide to go the Agent Anti-Venom path instead of just regular Anti-Venom. They could do this too. I think the abilities are very similar. So yeah, let's start. So Anti-Venom. His tags would obviously be Villain, City, Bio, Support, Spider-Verse, and Symbiote. This is not really surprising. Bio, just like the other Spider-Verse characters. I think basically, oh no, not really. But this guy's like Venom and Carnage and Symbiote Spider-Man, which are Bio. So it makes sense that Anti-Venom is also Bio. City, self-explanatory, you know, he's like Venom and stuff like that. Support, this is because he's going to be giving a lot of, he gives defense ups, if I'm not mistaken, or you'll see later on, but you'll see why he's support. Anti-Venom's kind of like the cleanser and stuff like that, so he's definitely support. Spider-Verse, self-explanatory. Symbiote, he's a symbiote. So let's begin with his basic. So the basic is going to hit the enemy for 250% damage. If enemy has regeneration, it will turn into bleeding for 2 turns. It applies a random debuff to target for 2 turns and has a 50% chance to apply deflect to self. This is probably one of the best specials in basics in my opinion, because he basically turns the regeneration into bleeding, because that's kind of what he does. He kind of like negates regeneration from other people, you know, he's that virus kind of in a sense. So yeah, and he'd obviously try to give himself a deflect if possible. It's like a 50% chance, so not always. It's kind of like the Peter Parker Spider-Man has a percent chance, what's it called, gain evade, but you know, so it's not going to happen most of the time. But yeah, it cannot be countered if it has, if the target has regeneration or has the symbiote tag. Remember, Anti-Venom is really good against other symbiotes, and that's what I tried to incorporate into his kit and everything that comes along with Anti-Venom. So I tried to make sure that Anti-Venom is really good against symbiotes. He's also good with symbiotes, because I'm pretty sure he can do some stuff to other symbiotes, but you know, especially if he's fighting symbiote enemies, that's where he's gonna do his best. So yeah, so if enemy is symbiote, this will 100%, it will have a 100% chance to apply deflect to self and apply 70% more damage to the target. Obviously, it's going to do more damage to the target, and if the target is a symbiote, it will automatically give you a deflect. So I think that's really good. So obviously, if you are facing Anti-Venom, I do not suggest you are a symbiote. So yeah. So his special is Cure. Oh yeah, I should have said the basic name is Rampage. I just felt like it was, you know, he rampages. That's, you know, I didn't think of anything else. Also, let me give away his assist/counter info. So he's going to attack the primary target for 230% damage, plus 17% piercing. That's if, you know, he's being called for an assist or counter. If enemy has regeneration, it will turn into bleeding for 2 turns. Can't be countered if the target has regeneration or has symbiote tag, obviously. If the enemy is symbiote, apply 20% more damage to the target. Obviously, you do not want to have, if you are facing Anti-Venom, do not be a symbiote, because Anti-Venom will legitimately destroy you because he could do that to symbiotes. So yeah, so let's move on to his, well, actually, hold up, before I continue, this basic, if you want to make the basic a little bit more balanced, what you can do, so instead of having the 50% chance to apply a deflex itself, you don't do that. But if the symbiote, if the enemy is a symbiote, then it will apply the deflect itself. I think that could make it a little bit more balanced if you see it as too OP for a basic. So yeah, let's move on to the special, which is Cure. Gain immunity and regeneration to self for 2 turns. Give 3 through 4 adjacent allies regeneration for 2 turns. Symbiote allies gain death proof for 2 turns. Clear 4 negative effects from self and all allies. Yeah, that's definitely a support character if I've ever seen one. So yeah, if self or allies have heal block, it will be removed or have a 50% chance to turn into immunity. So he does a lot, and I think the special is really, really good. Heal everyone, including self, for 1,500 health. If Knull is an ally, it will give 100%. It'll give him immunity, so it'll 100% give Knull immunity. I haven't gotten into Knull yet, but if Knull is an ally, every time he uses a special, Knull will grant an immunity to himself. So yeah. That's Cure. Now we're going to move on to his ultimate. Ultimate is Tentacle Infection. Attacks all enemies for 440% damage, plus apply ability block to 3 to 4 targets. So steal 10% health from all enemies and redistribute to all symbiote allies. That could obviously be decreased, but that's just my opinion. Also, it does a lot of damage because he's infecting everyone with tentacles. If Knull is an ally, apply heal block 3 to 4 enemies. So it'll apply heal block to 3 to 4 enemies. That's pretty self-explanatory. The whole thing of Knull is, Anti-Venom is kind of like, you know, it's about the regeneration and taking away regeneration, stuff like that. So that's kind of what I got him. He's more of a cleanser. He can cure people, but at the same time, he could put like a virus in you. So I'd be very careful with Anti-Venom. I think this is a very good kit. Obviously, it could be nerfed, and maybe the damage on most of these or something like that, because, you know, it is what the guy has in terms of debuffs that he puts out to the enemies is really good. So take 1 negative effect from himself and apply it to the main target. If symbiote is present, this will cause bleeding for 2 turns and give symbiotes disrupt for 1 turn. So basically what this means, to the main target, it will cause bleeding for 2 turns and give symbiotes disrupt for 1 turn. So all the symbiotes on the enemy side will get disrupt for 1 turn. So yeah, that's also how you make it so... Well, this is, bleeding for 2 turns to all symbiotes, enemies, So, obviously, you have the representation that Anti-Venom will legitimately destroy another symbiote, because that's what he does, unless it's Knull. But then again, I guess it kind of applies to Knull too. So, yeah. Let's move on to his passive. Living Cure. On turn, heal for 10% of this character's max health. So, it's not too good. It's kind of like Venom's, but, you know, I think Venom's is 15% if I'm not mistaken. Gain plus 10% max health. Symbiote allies... Oh, no, okay, yeah. So, this is like everyone gains max health. So, symbiote allies gain plus 10% max health. Not too good, not too bad either. So, gain 1,000 resistance to heal block. Obviously, you are not going to be heal blocking Anti-Venom. That is not happening. Not today, brother. Gain 1,000% resistance to bleeding also, because he cannot bleed. Anti-Venom is... Yeah, he controls that stuff. I see him more as like the regeneration, heal block type guy who he can restrain that stuff in a sense. So yeah, he's going to have the resistance to bleeding. Obviously, that could be changed, I guess, to balancing. For balancing, I mean. But yeah, unless you have a move that's above 1000% focus, that could apply the bleeding. So he's also going to gain plus 10% damage per symbiote enemy, gain plus % armor per symbiote enemy. That's why if you have an enemy that is that has anti-venom and you're using symbiotes, do not, because you will get automatically crap stomped unless maybe you have anti-venom. But then it's kind of like anti-venom versus anti-venom. It's like basically doing the Asgardians versus Asgardians or stuff like that. It's kind of weird. But yeah, he's not bad. Definitely not bad. All of this stuff is, I think maybe it's too OP if anything. So yeah. But he's like god tier against symbiote enemies, I guess you could say. So yeah. If Knull is an ally, apply deflect plus speed up to self and all symbiote allies on spawn. Self-explanatory. On turn, to remove one negative effect from 1 through 2 symbiote allies. Yeah, if Knull is... No, I see Knull and Anti-Venom kind of pairing up. Kind of like Thanos and Ebony Maw pair up in a sense. Or kind of like duos like that. I see these two like stick together. So, yeah. Number 3, on turn, have 50% chance to give Knull 2 ability energy. And that's about it. I think this is a really, really good pass. I think this is all, like, the best I could give Anti-Venom if he were to get added. Obviously, a lot of this stuff might be a little bit too OP, so maybe a lot of stuff will be dialed down. Like, for example, maybe the damage could be reduced, or maybe some of the passive, like, get rid of the resistance to bleeding, or stuff like that. But obviously, I definitely think he should gain plus 10% damage for symbiote enemy, gain plus 5% chance armor per symbiote enemy. Obviously, you want Anti-Venom to be good against other symbiotes, and I think this justifies that. Maybe you could do some more, you know, maybe make it so he's only good against other symbiotes. So that'd be kind of boring, though, especially on a symbiote team. So yeah, that's the thing, though. It's like you're gonna have Anti-Venom on the symbiote team, so you don't want it to be too much, because the odds are you're not gonna be fighting other symbiotes if you are the symbiote team. It's kind of like, it's not like you're going to be, if you're an Asgardian team, it's not like you're going to be fighting another Asgardian team as much. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of counter-intuitive in a sense. So, yeah, but that's just my opinion. His shards to unlock will definitely be 180. If this guy is like how he is right here on this paper, definitely 180. I'd say for no less, you know, Coulson's like 180, I'm pretty sure, and he's decent. So yeah. So yeah, guys, that's Anti-Venom. That's my opinion on Anti-Venom. You guys tell me in the comment section below if you agree with me or not. But yeah, now let's move on to my boy Knull. I want Knull in the game so bad. I think Knull is an absolute badass, and he'd make the team so cool. So yeah, let's move into Knull. So, Knull is going to be basically a legendary unlock, unless they do kind of what they did for Doctor Doom and Ultron and make him like a dark dimension, which I think would be cooler. It makes him way harder to get, but at the same time, he's like a god. So, it only makes sense to make him, like, put him in dark dimension, in my opinion anyway, but I guess he could work as a legendary unlock too. So, yeah. And before you go in the comment section going like, but Knull's too powerful for the game. Well, if you saw the recent Strike Time, I'm pretty sure it is, they legitimately said that they're okay with adding any character as long as they aren't too big, like, for example, Galactus. Like, I'm sure if Galactus were smaller, they maybe would have thought about it. But obviously, as they said, Galactus is so big that you would only see his feet. So obviously that would not happen, but they have no problem with adding like smaller characters that can show up. So why not Knull? You know what I mean? He's the god of symbiotes. Why not, you know? It's not like they're going to make him too OP. Technically, the freaking Infinity Stones are, that's it, you know? So if they can balance the Infinity Stones, I think they can balance Knull. I'm not going to lie. So yeah. Just had to get that off my chest. So let's move on to the tags. So Knull is going to be a villain, obviously. Bio, yeah, I mean, there's nothing really else you could give him. Tech, nah. Mystic. Well, yeah. I mean, he's a cosmic, so yeah. Yeah. I think he's more of a bio. You could debate for something else. I just can't right now. I'm like blind. I can't think right now, so I can't think of the other ones that aren't bio, but I'm pretty sure, because I did my research on this, so I'm pretty sure it is bio that he is compared to everything else, because he's also cosmic, so I also gave him cosmic. But yeah, he's going to be a protector, believe it or not. I was kind of debating on what to make him, but the symbiote team really lacks a protector, and Anti-Venom didn't really seem too much of a protector. I don't know, I just didn't feel like Anti-Venom was the protector type. Yeah, Anti-Venom doesn't. He's way more of a cleanser. So yeah, Knull is that protector that the symbiote team needs to sustain. Because, you know, you don't want them going after your Carnage first try and then boom, the speed bar's gone, you know. You want that defender in here, but it also has to be a good defender. Can't just be some crappy defender. Protector. So yeah, let's move on. So Spider-Verse, obviously, because he's a symbiote. He's gonna also have global, I think. I looked at the other globals, and I think this one's a good global character, my opinion at least. So yeah. Basic is going to be Dark Energy Blast. Attack primary target for 370% damage. Yeah, I know it's a lot. Plus 70% damage per cosmic enemy. So you're going to notice from Knull that he's going to do his most damage towards other cosmic targets or enemies. So that is going to be his main thing. Like, for example, Anti-Venom's main thing is going against symbiotes. Knull's main thing is going to be slaughtering cosmic entities, because that's what Knull does. You know, he kills gods. That's legitimately his sword. His sword is all black, the Necro sword that kills gods or stuff. He's like the God Slayer, okay? That's what Knull is. So obviously his kit is going to have something that allows him to do extra damage towards the celestial beings, also known as cosmic characters. So yeah, I definitely think he would have the ability to do more damage towards cosmic characters. So yeah. Per cosmic enemy, and apply slow to the enemy. So yeah, if you are a cosmic enemy, you're pretty screwed, because Knull is gonna kick your behind. So yeah, if the enemy is cosmic, apply bleeding for 1 turn. So yeah, he's gonna do a lot to a cosmic enemy. This is just the basic, by the way. Gain assistance from 1 symbiote ally. Yeah, this is default, so it's not. This is actually, for 1 turn, gain assistance from 1 symbiote ally. This move, okay, so he only gains assistance from 1 symbiote ally if the enemy is cosmic. I forgot to, put that there. But this move ignores death proof and cannot be blocked. That is not. So I need to specify that. Okay, but this is different. This move ignores death proof and cannot be blocked. So yeah, that's what makes his basic kind of good. Because if it's not a cosmic enemy, it's just going to do 370% damage. But also, it's going to ignore death proof and cannot be blocked. Still a lot of damage, though. So yeah. It doesn't have to be per. Yeah, it's probably per. I mean, then I'd probably reduce the normal damage to the basic. But yeah, that's kind of what I got for the basic. He's going to do more to cosmic enemies. He's also going to ignore death proof. That's going to be the main thing in this, ignoring death proof. That's also another thing you're going to see here. That's going to be kind of Knull's main thing. Kind of like, what's his name? Black Bolt can basically make it so you cannot revive. Knull is going to make it so this is going to go straight through death proof. So yeah, it's going to be one of Knull's main assets. So yeah, his assist / counter info, attack primary target for 200% damage, plus 30% per cosmic enemy, and plus 17% piercing. Apply slow to the target, and if the primary target is cosmic, apply bleeding for 1 turn, ignores death proof, and cannot be blocked. There you go, there you have it. That is basically the assist / counter info. So yeah. His special is going to be Symbiote armor. I was debating whether I'd make this his passive or not, since that's one of his main abilities, since he has the symbiotes on him and like his sword's a symbiote and stuff. He's all symbiote dude. So yeah, so his special is going to be symbiote armor. Apply taunt for 1 turn. That's where he gets his protector tag. He's going to apply taunt, though he can only apply it for 1 turn. So you can debate he's not the best protector, but he's still 1 turn. So give self plus 25% armor and symbiote allies 15% armor. So he is going to give all symbiote allies armor, because he's going to basically upgrade their symbiote, kind of like in the comics of Venom and such. So yeah, because that's what they do. And in the comics, you see them, like Venom gets an upgrade every time he sees Knull. So that's basically going to be the symbiote armor. He's going to buff the symbiotes and give them the armor. Apply deflect to self. Give 1000 resistance to self. Dang. Okay. Yeah, he's going to be a good protector for this move, especially. Prolong 2 to 3 positive effects to self and symbiote allies for 2 turns. If 3 or more enemies have the cosmic tag, gain an additional 15% armor to self. But this is only if there are 3 or more enemies present on the field, so it is not too overpowered. So if there's only 2 cosmic enemies, this will not apply. So yeah, let's move on. So gain an additional, apply defense up for 2 turns to self and all allies. Self-explanatory because you're giving them armor. So obviously they're going to have their defense upped. If Anti-Venom is an ally, apply regeneration to self for 2 turns. So yeah, that's why I kind of like the duo, you know, like the 2 musketeers. Anti-Venom and Knull are definitely going to have good synergy with each other. Now let's move on to his ultimate. Now, the name of the ultimate I couldn't really decide on, since these are both technically what his sword does or what it's called. So, all black necro sword. So obviously that's his name of his sword, but technically what he does is divine slaying. Divine obviously being the cosmic characters. So yeah. Attack primary target for 840% piercing. Yeah. That's a lot of damage. But this sword has been said to kill a celestial, okay? So, yeah, and it's only toward 1 person. So, yeah, let's just get that out of the way real quick. Like, this sword can kill a celestial. Yeah. Plus 90% piercing if the target is cosmic as well. As well, cause bleeding to the target. Yeah, this move gives no mercy. Attack all adjacent enemies for 180% damage using dark energy manipulation. This will not attack the main target. The main target's already been attacked, so this dark energy manipulation is not going to attack the main target anymore. But it's going to do 180% to everyone else, so it's not a big AoE. It's not going to do too much AoE damage, but it's still going to do a decent amount. Gain plus 10% damage per kill on this attack. So if you kill someone with this, you're going to gain damage. Obviously, this cooldown is going to be insane for the ultimate. So, but still, if you kill people, then you're going to get some damage. If enemy killed is cosmic, gain plus 70% damage. Dang, okay, yeah, he does not like cosmic characters. This attack bypasses death proof and is unavoidable and cannot be blocked. You're not going to block the divine slaying sword, the all black necro sword. Excuse me? No, sir, you are not. If a celestial cannot block this, I doubt your average Hulk or your average Captain America could block this with his shield. So, yeah. Let's move on to his passive. His passive is Divine Physiology. Okay. If you kill a cosmic enemy, gain plus 15% speed bar and gain offense up for 2 turns. Oh my god, guys. I would not use... So if you're fighting someone who's using Knull and you're all cosmic, I would not recommend it. Or I would definitely try to kill Knull ASAP. If there is a symbiote enemy, this is probably the most unique thing that I thought of, and I think it makes so much sense considering Knull can control symbiotes. If there is a symbiote enemy, on turn, make 1 symbiote enemy attack enemy ally. that makes complete and utter sense to me. Why? Because Knull can control and manipulate symbiotes to attack other beings or do to his will. So that makes 100% sense to me. So, yeah. If there is a symbiote, I already said that. On turn, heal self for 20% of this character's max health, obviously. He's going to regenerate a little bit. He's a symbiote. The other symbiotes regenerate. Why not him? Gain plus 500% resistance if 4 symbiote allies are present. So he's going to be extra he's going to be extra good if, 4 symbiote allies are present. Gain plus 500% resistance. So yeah, that's good. Gain plus 15% damage. So, yeah, this is default, by the way. Symbiote allies gain plus 10% damage. She's not going to gain 15, but it's going to gain 10. Still really good. Gain plus 75% focus. Symbiote allies gain plus 60% focus. On symbiote ally death, apply defense up and death proof for 2 turns to Knull. Because basically what I'm thinking is that the symbiote basically dies, but it goes back to Knull. So it boosts Knull's everything, basically. So yeah, guys, that is basically what I gotta say about Anti-Venom and Knull. If these two are even remotely good, this symbiote team could probably take out Black Order. That's my opinion. Or at least the X-Men. So yeah, these are my opinion. Obviously, these are not this is just what I made up. This is what I want. This is my biased opinion. I've read up on some comics and stuff to make this list, and I think deep inside of these kits, I've got fundamentally, I got what the character's true nature is. Like, for example, Anti-Venom, good against symbiotes. Knull, good against cosmic enemies, which is true to both the comic lore and what it should be. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe and slap that like button, man. We are going to be... If you guys want to see more of these Marvel Strike Force character suggestions, make sure to comment that down below. So far, I'm working on a Spider-Verse team, because so far we got Miles Morales and we got Peter Parker. Technically, I guess you could say Symbiote Spider-Man too, but not really, since he's going to be on the Symbiote team. He's really good on the Symbiote team. I don't know why you would put him on a Spider-Verse team like this. So yeah, this is kind of what I got. I was debating whether I put Spider-Man Noir or Iron Spider, but I said hell with it. So I added both of them here, so I'm technically adding more than I should. But then again, I guess Miles Morales is mostly a part of that new Hero Brawlers team as far as I'm concerned. So I guess it kind of makes sense that we have 4 others that could replace him. So yeah, what I really want is a Spider-Man Peter Parker update, man. Like, one of the things in this passive that I recommend should be updated is he should be able to go through blind. His spider sense basically allows him to, even if he's blinded, he can still attack you. Why? That's one of the core things of his spider sense. So if that could be fixed, that'd be great. So yeah, I could make like multiple videos on this. Obviously, I do not want to waste more of your time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and comment down below if you guys want to see more of these Marvel Strike Force character suggestions. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace out.